Hi everybody, Jim Egan, head of school, Synapse School with a Friday update. 5 minutes, 5 insights, 5 domains, let's go. Something that's on my mind. Was at the girls' volleyball game, the 7-8 volleyball game this week at Sports House. And a lot of these girls I've been watching closely as they've grown up here. And what I really was watching wasn't kids playing volleyball. It was girls coming together collectively and showing the formation and the creation of an identity as an athlete. And I was thinking more and more about this. Every serve that you take in a volleyball game is an act of courage, right? You're putting yourself out there. And when you do that, you're wiring your brain every time you're successful to understand that you're good at this thing, you are this thing, and you're part of this team, right? So belonging, I would say mastery and visibility are so important to kids at this age and stage. And yes, the volleyball skills matter, but more importantly, I was looking at girls coming of age, and it was so exciting to see that they can do this here. And a big reason they can do this here is that they feel safe to do it. That's the environment. So this idea of identity creation and what that does for agency, what that does for belonging and community, and what that does for confidence around mastery is just starting to happen for these girls. It's super awesome. Number 2, a shout out. This shout out is for Cristabel, who runs our lunch program for staff. So she's the one setting up the salad bar. She's the one distributing the avocados. And she does it firmly, but most importantly, she does it with so much love and care. I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't enjoy seeing Cristabel every day. I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't feel well fed after they go through that lunch line. And so Cristabel, we love you so much. I'm so glad that you stay after me to eat lunch. I am just sure as sugar that all of us care about you the way I care about you too. So again, shout out Cristabel. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Okay, number 3, look ahead. Normally I say look ahead on the calendar, but I want you to look ahead in a different way today. Look ahead to your child at age 25, 26, 30. Tom, our math specialist in lower school, came in today and he wrote on the board, he drew a triangle, and in the middle was change maker. In each corner, there was a word feel, think, create. Think, feel, create. And then we talked about it, and Tom was saying to me that it's that creation piece that may be the most important piece as kids go off into the world. Like Tom, I have older kids, and yes, thinking is important, and yes, feeling is important, but the ability to create in a system that may be heavily bureaucratic, or when you need to create or recreate yourself later because something doesn't work out, that skill is super important. That's what we mean by innovation here, not just in the maker space and the engineering space, but innovating around yourself in a broad context. So thinking, feeling, and creating, that's something you want your kid to have down the road. Number 4, a peek behind the scenes. Right now, what we're doing in my office, it seems mostly, is that we're going one by one through each 8th grader and with their parents, and we are creating a bespoke or very curated experience around the next step, high school. What does that mean? We are meeting with families and discussing the process and their options. We are working with our consultant, Christine Southgate, to make sure kids are feeling good about what's next. We're helping them with their essays. We're helping them prepare for the interviews, doing the recommendations. And what Synapse does better than any school that I know of in that 8th grade process is really hone in on the child. We're highly relational here. And we offer those 8th grade families an opportunity to go through this process with us. And what we have found over the years, gotten a lot of feedback, is that the outcomes are a byproduct of a wonderful process. And those outcomes are almost always amazing. So that's what's going on right now behind the scenes. If you see an 8th grader, understand they could be a little excited about the process and the stage they're in. And number 5, just because I was hanging out at the end of the day with some kindergartners in the sun. It was beautiful here today. They were saying it was too hot. So they were coming over to the bench where there was a little shade. I was sitting in the sun, and little boy Jasper was telling me all kinds of things. But what he did tell me was that he was up at Yosemite, took 2.5 hours to get there, which I was thinking, that's pretty fast. I don't know how fast you're going, but he said he got stung. And I think he told me by a hornet. I was doing a little research. I think it might've been a wasp, but it doesn't really matter. What he said is he got stung in the best place to be stung. And I said, what place is that? And he said, in my head. And I said, why? He said, there's not as many nerves there. I haven't fact checked it, but I thought, wow, that's a pretty, that's an oddly specific anecdote, and therefore I'm going to trust it. That kid was pretty bright. It was really fun to talk to today. So Jasper, I think you're feeling better. Thanks for that. And now I'm gonna have to go fact check. That's just because. Okay, that's it. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween. Enjoy the holiday the way the Bay Area does, which is robustly. If you like this video, subscribe. You can like it. If not, we'll see you next weekend. Take care.